British accent? Oh, someone said British accent. How do I do British again? Wait, what is British? British? Blood. What is British? Hello, Governor. Welcome to Mannequin Academy. My name is Julian Vale, and I'm the president of the student council. Is this British? What's happening? The man gave me a graceful bow. What, WTF? No? What are you talking about? What an elegant person. Aura Moonbell, nice to meet you. Is he having a stroke? Oh, okay, let me try to get this British accent in check. Likewise, it's my pleasure to be able to greet you today, Aura. Oh god, is this British? I don't think it is. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and I can promise that all of them will be answered eventually. But first things first. Shall we go inside? Of course. Thank you. I'm sorry, everyone. It's been so long since I was British. I haven't done my British accent in so long. Once again, welcome to the Academy. I'm so sorry to inform you that you missed the opening ceremony. However, there's still a few days left until the official start of the lectures, so you still have some time to get accustomed to the place. The first term's always difficult, so be sure to do your best. I can do this. Of course, it's an incredible opportunity, so I'll work as hard as I can. You think he's French? He needs a French accent? Okay, we can try a French accent. Let's see. Let me try to channel my inner Frenchman. Oh ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Baguettes and wine. Ho ho ho! That's the spirits. Anyway, as Dr. Langham surely told you, Mannequin Academy is a prestigious school. I can't do this anymore. Oh, I can't do this anymore. Oh god. Oh no, I can't. I have to stop. Oh. We have to go back to British. I can't handle this French accent. As Dr. Langham surely told you, Mannequin Academy is a prestigious school that not only accepts students of all genders, but also sponsors all 3 years of education for those who wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise. The schooling system itself is complex and crafted with great care, so that every protege will be able to work on their particular skill set while gaining practical knowledge of other subjects as well. Starting from the mathematics and physics through economy and human science to art, gastronomy, politics. Surrounded by other students just like yourself, you'll be able to develop any area of interest and become a master at it. Imagine a British person watching this vid. I'm a British person making this vid. During and after your time spent here, various job offers will become available to the best students, so it is vital to present good academic results to your future employers. Hopefully that explains the very basics. Do you have any questions? How long does my scholarship last? Actually, how long will I be allowed to stay in the academy? Our school offers a 3-year study for everyone. If you happen to find a job you're willing to take before that time, you are welcome to apply for a diploma earlier. Will I be indebted to the academy? As a student with a scholarship, do I need to return my debt eventually? Not at all. All expenses of your time here will be fully covered by the academy. It's not a debt, it's a grant. Your future success will be the best payback you can offer. How is that even? Our headmaster took it upon himself to personally ensure that exceptional individuals are given a fair chance in life. The funds come from our own pockets as well as the city donations. Does this guy not know how scholarships work? He's a stupid Omega. He wasn't taught about how the world works. Unbelievable. I've never heard of such generosity before. Why the name? I was wondering, what does the Academy name mean exactly? The Mannequin, isn't that a rather bizarre word to use? Aw, many freshmen asked the same question. Around 20 years ago, this building complex served as living quarters and prop storage for a theater nearby. There were several different names planned for this place once it became an academy. But nothing seemed to fit its unique interior and history. The Mannequin Academy was meant to be nothing but a temporary name until the headmaster came up with something different. But he never did, so the name stayed. Are you also a student? Being a student council president, does that make you a student or professor? A student, just like you. However, I do have some additional duties, such as assisting the other council members, students, and educators. Rip Kieran. Kieran commits suicide, guys. Don't talk about it. It's too soon. I also help with schedule and organization of special events. If you ever need help, do not hesitate to ask me. That's enough for now. A theater? I absolutely must find out more. Oh? What happened to the theater? You mentioned a theater. Does that mean that both institutions cooperate somehow? I felt a rush of excitement. I've never been to a real theater before, but as a child I spent long hours imagining how impressive they must have looked. The ornaments, the lights, the actors. A world made of beauty and elusive fantasies. Sadly, the theater's been closed for many years now. The building stands on the academy premises, but it's been through numerous misfortunes and is not in good shape. Misfortunes? Oh, I see. The president gave me a fleeting, unreadable look. Something told me that he didn't feel comfortable talking about it. Nah, well, let's get lost. I don't think I have any more questions for now. Are there dorms? Because you know what will happen if they are. Oh, you girl, you know there are dorms. You know what's gonna happen. It's the truth. It's happening. My pleasure. It's been a long day for you too. Would you like to retire to your room for now? I can also show you around if you still have some energy left. I have a lot of energy to explore. I didn't feel like resting just yet. My new surroundings were so exciting I wouldn't be able to wait until tomorrow to see what the school had to offer. A tour of the academy sounds great. I mean, if it's not too troublesome. Plus, I'd get to spend some more time in the president's company. He's bound to be busier later on. Of course not. I won't be able to show you everything today, but let's go see all the main areas. Let's start from where we are now, which is the first floor. Majority of the rooms here won't be much interest to you. But do remember that the dining room and kitchen are situated right behind the main staircase. Follow me, please. This is the kitchen. 3 meals a day will be served here at set hours. You can ask the staff to prepare some light snack for you anytime. Sure, I'll keep that in mind. Let's go upstairs now. Along the way, we'll be passing by the headmaster's portrait, which is hanging above the platform between the floors, so do please take a look. No, he's a fuddy-duddy. After we'd climbed the first section of the staircase, I perked my head towards a giant painting that decorated the plain marble wall. Wait till we see one of the hot boys? Well, if there are any. It's huge. It must be so much larger than 1-to-1 scale. I had a little time to get more familiar with the headmaster's features, as I chose to keep up with Julian's pace suddenly brisker. I guess he wants to be done with the tour before the sunset. There'll be plenty of time later on. It's not like the painting is going to disappear or anything. Watch the headmaster want to do us to do sexual favors for him. The second floor is where you'll have the most of your lectures. There's a common area for the students to rest between classes, a library, a medical room. Let's go see the common room first. It's just in front of the staircase. You live in Alabama, it's 10:30? I'm sorry for your loss for living in Alabama. It's 8:27 for you? Same for me, Alione. 11:27? Yeah, you guys are living on the gross East Coast. Here we are. As you can see, this area is equipped with everything you need to both relax and study comfortably. You're in Vegas? Well, isn't prostituting legal there? Go get yourself some prostitute ass. That's hot. Since spending time in the common room is very popular, you'll surely make a lot of friends here. The room is very well equipped. There are sofas, armchairs, some storage for books, and desks with chairs. Everything looks so comfortable. We're quarantined? I'm sure you'll still see some boys standing on the street corner looking for a good time. Just drive around a bit. It seems great for hanging out. I can't wait to come here again and meet new friends. This place is so spacious, I really love it. I thought you might. The student council room is right next door. Shall we proceed? They're on lockdown, Kuro? That doesn't stop the hookers that work the hotels by your job? See? Not everyone is on quarantine. Some people gotta live. And some people live by sucking dick. Sure. But what if they have corona? Honey, they have AIDS, they have chlamydia, they have gonorrhea. But COVID's gonna stop you? That's the one that's gonna stop you? Get your priorities in order. This is where you can find me almost any time outside the classes. Julian opened a door to a room arranged in calming colors with sparse but tasteful decor that would perhaps feel more spacious if it weren't for the giant bookcase and a very long table with a row of chairs on either side. It certainly looks like a place made for long debates. Quite literally. I just wish someone had thought about those debates when they decided to allocate us so far from the kitchen. We can only carry on so much water at once, and balancing it while climbing the stairs was a nightmare. The president gave me a short but meaningful sigh. Alright, enough complaints. I think that the headmaster will brief you on all necessary details tomorrow. But if you need anything, you now know where to find me. As long as there's no sign on the door saying that a meeting is being held, I'll be more than happy to help. Let us move on. Julian looks like a princess, or it's just his top. He does look very elegant. A little fruity. As we headed down the corridor, a few students walked past us from both directions. Suddenly, I felt like someone's cold fingers brushed my palm briefly. What? I jerked my hand and looked around. There were a few people behind and in front of us, either carrying books or drowning in conversation. No one seemed to be paying any particular attention to me. I must have imagined it. Oh, someone's trying to get our mega ass. As I was turning my head back in Julian's direction, I saw a flash of silver disappear behind one of the classroom doors. Are you alright? It took me a good second to realize that the student council president was talking to me. Yes, Yes, sorry for spacing out. I'm alright. Julian gave me a questioning look but did not pursue the matter. He stopped in front of a door and opened it. This is the medical room. You've already met Dr. Langham. Feel free to visit him anytime you're feeling unwell. He's taking great care of all students in the academy and will assist you with any health issue. I entered the academy thanks to the doctor. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be roaming the streets and most probably be forced to go back to the marriage house. I shuddered at the thought of that horrible place. No matter what, I couldn't go back there. I will do that, thank you. Next, well... I almost forgot. I'm sorry, it looks like the last couple of weeks have taken their toll on me after all. We must take your measurements for the uniform. Oh god, he's gonna ask us to strip. Uniform? Uniform is a part of our academic culture. It's mandatory to wear one both to classes and outside them. Per request, it is possible to receive a few sets of somewhat more comfortable casual daily wear. This is typically recommended to students who favor outdoor activities, but anyone can ask for such a change. Laundry is collected every second day, however the number of outfits should suffice for less frequent washing. Please allow me a minute to fetch a new set. I believe we'll still have an almost ideal size left. No, he's not measuring us. The president disappeared behind the door of what looked like a waiting or changing room. Perhaps both. I craned my neck and caught a glimpse of him, reaching into the far back of some drawer. He returned before long, holding an armful of neatly folded clothes. Here. Try these on, please, and when you're done, I will mark the places that need adjustments. He handed me the clothes and turned around to fiddle with some boxes that seemed to contain sewing utensils. I'm going to have my own uniform. For some reason, the thought made me feel elated, but I quickly remembered that my stupor was making Julian wait. Get a hold of yourself, Aura. I scolded myself and made quick work of getting out of my shabby clothes and put on the yellowish uniform. You changed right in front of him? I tried to hurry so I couldn't fully appreciate the design, but the color was pleasant and the fabric was nice to touch. Ew! 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 I'm done. Ew! It seemed to fit well enough to me, surprisingly so, but the president produced a few pins and deftly folded a seam here and there. Alright, this will suffice. I'll ask to have it tailored with top priority. No! I don't like it. Why? Is this the... This is the Omega uniform. This is the Omega uniform. He must be wearing the Alpha or Beta uniform. This is discrimination. This is discrimination. Should you feel uncomfortable in it after all, simply ask our cooking and handicrafts professor for further adjustments. Please change back and let us proceed. The sun's about to set. Sure. Please just give me a moment. If he actually wears that all the time, I might not be able to play this game anymore. The president once again gave me some privacy, and after a while we were able to leave the medical room. Professor's offices are right on the side of this floor. Just around the corner, you'll find our headmaster's office there as well. Since he's always on business, since he's always away... Wait, what is reading? What is reading? Okay, let's try that again. Since he's always away on business today, Since he is... Why do I keep putting the word always in? Since he is away on business today and had no opportunity to greet you himself, you should head to his office first thing in the morning tomorrow. Plot twist, he's going to be a maid? Oh god, maybe. Is Julian an alpha? We don't know. Aura couldn't smell it on him. Aura wasn't sure. Will you remember the way? I believe so, yes. The headmaster goes through the trouble of welcoming new students himself? He sounds like a really dedicated person. A delta? What the heck's a delta? I don't even tell me. I don't want to know more about Omegaverse. I want to know less about Omegaverse. Don't even tell me. Fantastic. Let's go upstairs now then. The third floor is a dormitory. There's an Omega wing on the left and an Alpha wing on the right, with the Beta student rooms in between right behind us. Since the Academy accommodates hundreds of students every semester, there is another much bigger dormitory built not far from here. You're quite lucky to receive a room in the main building. I will show you the way. My room, so exciting. The floor was the most lively, with students walking up and down the stairs and passing through the door to both the Omega and Alpha wings. Julian pointed towards the wall behind a balustrade and explained that the Beta area was located there, connected to the main corridor. His room is there as well. You rather be naked than wear that? As we were walking, I allowed myself to glance around, taking in the sight of students carrying on everyday routines. All dressed in uniforms similar to mine, it was difficult to distinguish who was from a rich family and who was granted a scholarship. I couldn't help but appreciate how the headmaster made sure not to emphasize the differences in social status of his pupils. Alright. God, all of their eyelids are so... It's like, how much eyeshadow are you wearing, bitch? Lost in thoughts, I came back to reality when a tall, brown-haired student walked past us. There was something captivating in the way he moved and held his head, full of elegance and unspoken poise. It didn't escape my attention how him and Julian eyed each other pointedly for a moment. Do I feel strangely drawn to him? Do I feel strangely drawn to him? I think I do. I think I might be. There might be some magnetic pull. There's a magnet in both of our pants. One in the front of my pants and one in the back of his pants. He's so handsome. In a split moment, I felt like an invisible string tried to pull me closer to him. As if under a spell, I stopped in my tracks and followed the dark-haired man with my eyes until he went down the stairs and disappeared from my line of sight. Wait, did we just wander away from Julian? I'm confused. My heart is pounding. What the hell? Aura? Are you coming? Yes, sorry. It's the second time. I'm acting weird next to him. I don't know what's gotten into me today. What an empty, barren hallway. The corridor was narrow and plain, but thanks to a row of big windows, it didn't feel stuffy. Briefly, I noticed a staircase at its opposite end, leading to somewhere on the second floor. Please follow this corridor and then turn right to find your room. Your roommate is probably expecting you already. That's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Of course, thanks for showing me around. My pleasure, Aura. As I mentioned before, you should visit the headmaster's office tomorrow morning. Don't be late. I won't. Have a good night. One more thing. You should probably avoid wandering about the Alpha Wing, especially after dark. It's just more comfortable for students to stay in their own living area. That's all. I understand. Thank you once again. Even though Julian said that, I knew there was more to it. Apparently, even here I wouldn't be completely safe. As an Omega, I have to watch my back wherever I go. 69 likes? Really? Nice. So this is my room. Ugh. I don't like him. Hi there! As I was reaching for the handle, a short, petite Omega boy opened the door from the inside and waved his hand in greeting. His big blue eyes, button nose, and rosebud lips were almost childlike, making him look much younger than he probably was. In the first moment, I had trouble believing that he was a university student like me. You must be Aura! I hope I didn't scare you. I heard you talking with the student council president on the corridor, and I thought I'd come and say hello first. Hello. Are you my roommate? Nice to meet you. Oh, sorry. I'm Chamomile, but you can call me Cammy. Because I do cam shows. Let's go inside. The room was surprisingly spacious with purple walls and linens. It looked much more luxurious than anything I've ever slept in, but at the same time still managed to seem cozy and welcoming. It's hard to believe that I'm allowed to stay here. There were 2 beds of the same size, one by the door and one in front of a window. It seemed like Cammy was sleeping near the window, so I put my things on the other bed. It's great to have a roommate again! It was lonely being in such a big room all by myself. Speaking of which, Julian mentioned that there are hundreds of students here, so many there's a second dorm to accommodate them all. How come you're living in this room alone? I've been alone for a few weeks at most. My previous roommate was offered a job and graduated earlier. How lucky! I regret that we lost contact because of it though. We've been living together for almost a year and got quite close, so I was hoping that I'd at least write a letter from time to time. Oh well. I didn't mean to bore you, sorry, sometimes I just can't stop talking. No, it's alright. I take a closer look at the Omega I was going to share this space with for the months to come. It might have been my imagination, but I thought his voice got a bit hoarser towards the end of his talk. After the impression settled in my brain, I noticed that he was very thin, skin so pale I could see the outline of purplish veins underneath here and there. If I were to sum it up, he looked fragile, not to say weak. As if the slightest blow could break his bones, or like a whiff of cold air might be enough for him to suffer from pneumonia. For some inexplicable reason, I felt an overwhelming urge to console him. I'm sure your friend will write to you as soon as he can. He's probably just doing his best to focus on the new job for now. Yeah! Thanks! Cammy walked away, probably to give me more time to arrange my belongings, sat on his bed and busied himself with some textbook. Still, he seemed a bit lost in thought. He must have been really good friends with his former roommate. I wonder if getting a proper job would make me unable to keep in touch with my friends, provided I make any. I mentally scolded myself for such unnecessary overthinking. I wasn't yet anywhere near making friends with anyone, not to mention getting a job. You're living your best life right now? Honey, how?
I shook my head and started to unpack my luggage. Since it was rather humble, I soon found myself done and spacing out for a bit when suddenly I heard Cammy speaking.
I hope you won't think I'm noisy, but it's rare for students to be admitted at such a late hour like you were. That tells me that your situation is not unusual. Is not usual.
Tell him at the marriage house?
Okay.
I didn't have anywhere to go. I was in a marriage house and desperate to find a job, even though there was nothing for an Omega. As soon as the words left my mouth, Cammy visibly tensed. His previously cheerful face got a shade paler.
A marriage house? For how long?
One night. I actually left this morning.
What the hell's his problem? I can only imagine that your experience wasn't the most pleasant. I bet he got raped at a marriage house. I hope you weren't hurt in any way.
I wasn't. But judging by what I've seen, I could have been. Cammy gave me a small nod, but didn't look entirely convinced.
I'm sorry you had to stay in a place like this. Those houses aren't safe, especially for someone like you.
Like me?
A pretty one. I'm sure you're tired after all that happened today. We can always talk more tomorrow.
Sure. Good night.
Sleep well. Aura's cute, you're living for it? Well, he's gonna be in a really ugly outfit soon, I think, so.
Morning rays shone through the window.
Oh, excuse my yawn.
Waking me up, I opened my eyes to see Cammy already dressed and ready to leave the room. I must have overslept after all. The headmaster.
Good morning. I hope that you've slept well.
A little too well. I was supposed to go to the headmaster's office as early as possible today.
Oh. Hurry up then, it's not that late yet, so I think he might still be waiting. Also, they came to deliver your new uniform, so I allowed myself to pick it up for you. It's in the closet.
Thank you. See you later then. I got dressed quickly and brushed my hair, doing my best to look presentable. A few dark, loose strands were poking out in weird directions no matter what I did. I couldn't help but stare at my reflection in the mirror for a few seconds, once I was done putting all the elements of my uniform on.
Ugh! Ugh! Ugh!
I've never worn clothes like these before. It's just a uniform, but it looks so luxurious. I thought that the size fit me before, but now it feels especially tailored for me. Whoever made the adjustments did a splendid job, and in such a short time. I traced the high collar of my shirt with my fingers, admiring how well sewn it was. The ruffles added to its charm, giving it a neat, stylish look. I wondered if alphas wore the same thing, or was the custom of covering your neck meant only for Omega students? The rich, laced-up corset that finished a little below my bust seemed like too much, but after a moment of consideration, I decided to put it on as well. For the first time ever, I felt elegance. Let's go meet the headmaster.
Ugh, we're getting all dolled up to suck the headmaster's dick. Great.
As I was walking, I noticed that there were students of all genders hanging out casually in the academy corridors. It looked like a completely different world than what I was used to. Thanks to Julian's directions, I found the office without much trouble. It seems that the headmaster is not here. I'll wait a bit. Maybe I'll come back soon. The headmaster's office looked very clean and well organized. It wasn't overly ornamented or pretentious, focusing on the practicality of everything in it instead. There was a huge oak desk with some writing utensils resting on it, a fireplace, some paintings on the wall, a bookshelf, and a glass cabinet. Curious, I turned my head in the direction of the cabinet. I wonder what's displayed there. The school seems to have won a lot of prizes, so maybe it's those. Looks interesting. Maybe I should take a look.
Aura needs 5 years of sleep to make those dark circles disappear? Calm down, man.
Just as I was about to peek inside the cabinet, I heard the door to the office open, and then a low male voice speaking from behind my back.
Ah, you're here. I hope you didn't have to wait long.
I jolted, turning to face the headmaster. Suddenly I felt nervous, like I was caught doing something I shouldn't have. I dismissed those thoughts. Not at all. If anything, please accept my sincere apologies for coming late today. My name is Aura Moonbell.
Ah! Welcome to the...
The moment the headmaster's eyes landed on my face, his expression changed completely.
Oh god, he just got an erection. You.
All of a sudden, the headmaster's body went stiff, as did his pants. Afraid I've done something wrong, I felt a cold shiver run down my back. The tension couldn't have lasted longer than a split second, but in my head it seemed like an eternity. After a while, the headmaster shook his head and ran his fingers through a carefully arranged short hair. His smile was back as if nothing had happened.
Like I was saying, welcome to the Academy. We're beyond elated to have you here, have you as our freshman, Aura. Oh my god, we're gonna get raped by him. My name is Gustave Malavu. I think that's, I don't know how to say that. Malvevu. As you probably know, I'm the headmaster of this academy.
Whatever happened a moment ago, it seems that everything's alright now. I guess I won't have to give him a handy after all. I won't question it. Thank you for your kindness and admitting me to the school.
It's my pleasure to greet yet another promising student. Do you like it here so far?
From what I've seen, it's an incredible place. I consider myself very lucky to be a part of it.
What a well-mannered young man you are. I'm not sure if Julian has already told you, but unfortunately you missed the semester opening ceremony.
I guess the student council president did mention something along these lines yesterday.
Do not worry though. The classes will only start in a few days, so you'll have some time to get used to everything. He seems to be shady SF, yeah. I won't keep you for longer. You probably have elsewhere to be right now.
He's probably using the school to like sell Omegas off secretly. And yeah, that's what he's doing. He is secretly selling Omegas off. And we're gonna like find out about disappearances happening in the school. Oh, I've already blown the case wide open on this school. I don't even know what's happening here yet, but once I do, I've already blown the case wide open. And the reason he got shocked was he was like, oh, you're so beautiful. You'll sell for so much more than the regular Omegas. You're so much hotter. Oh my god. I can't believe I basically completed the game now. I've already guessed the ending. I know the ending. A short knock on the door announced that another person was there. That would explain why he dolls them up. Yes! That's why he puts them in these awful, dreadful outfits. because that's what all the rich daddies like.
Enter.
Sir, Mr. Blackwood here is here to talk about this year's funding. He's waiting downstairs in the lounge.
Thank you. I'll talk to him right now. It was very nice to meet you, Aura. I'm sure that you'll be splendid at your subjects.
Thank you, sir. I will do my best. How are you today? I had a great night's rest. I can't remember the last time I slept so well. Wonderful to hear that. In an hour, medical checkups will take place in the doctor's office. Omega students will be the first to undergo the medical examination, so try to take care of any urgent matters before it starts. If you haven't eaten, please try to endure it for a bit longer, as most likely your blood will be drawn as well, without the need to come back at a later time. A medical examination? What for? It's standard procedure before semester starts. You know why they're having a medical examination? So they can measure the size of my ass, my dick, you know, everything. So they can advertise it to buyers. That's why they're doing it. The academy needs to make sure that every student's in pristine health conditions, capable of using their time here to the fullest. It's standard procedure before semester starts. There's nothing to worry about. In case any issue is found, proper medication will be provided. I'm slightly afraid of doctors and treatments. I hope there's nothing wrong with me. I understand. In an hour, then? Yes, feel free to spend the time before however you like. After that, Julian bid me goodbye and said that in case I needed anything, he'll be in the common room. I wonder what I should do now. When I glance around the area, I notice what looked like plans of the academy framed and hung on the wall. This will be useful. Let's take a look. What the fuck? That's the most useless map I've ever seen in my life. The first floor, just like Julian said, there doesn't seem to be much aside from the kitchen and dining room.
Okay, well that's a map. Oh god, I'm gonna have to memorize the map. This is Resident Evil now. Alright.
Here's the main area. Classrooms, offices, library. Heat rooms. A blush rose to my cheek when I noticed the rows of tiny rooms placed on the left side of the building. There was no doubt as to what purpose they served. The area was mostly cut off from the rest of the second floor. The only entrance, a door in the doctor's office. There's also a staircase. Surely it's the one I saw in yesterday's Omega Wing. Well, I guess it's good that Omegas have somewhere private to go in case they need it, or somewhere private for buyers to inspect the Omegas that they're purchasing. The dormitory.
Wait, there's an alpha bath and an omega bath. What about a beta bath? Are betas not allowed? Where's the beta bath?
It looks like the Omegas and Alpha Wings are roughly the same size. There's bathrooms too. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, I haven't bathed since yesterday. This is probably the best moment to do it. Whoa! This is probably the most impressive place I've seen in the academy so far. Separated by a stained glass door from the corridor, the Omega bathhouse was spacious and heavily ornamented. The style in which it was built seemed heavily inspired by foreign cultures, with oriental tiles and columns. The bath was almost so like a pool in size, probably fitting up to 10 people at once. Suddenly, the glass door opened, and a dreary-looking Omega student entered the bathroom. He froze for a moment when he noticed my presence, then closed the distance between us in a few confident steps.
Huh? Ugh, he's wearing the same ugly-ass outfit. This is the Omega outfit. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Alright. Do you think he's a little Twinkie? Who are you?
He stared at me, tone virtually dripping with distaste. I already knew that this introduction couldn't go well. I'm Aura. Nice to meet you. I'm a new student here.
Aura who?
Moonbell.
A nobody then. When will the headmaster stop bringing every stray he can find into the school? A few weeks ago, those 2 feral animals, and now this. Which hole did you crawl from exactly?
He clearly thinks that he's better than everyone else here. I'm not going to let hateful words provoke me. Garnering no reaction, the student snarled and turned on his heel.
Doesn't matter. There are places for losers like you. This academy is not one of them, even if the headmaster thinks otherwise. You'll understand that soon.
He slammed the bathroom door so hard I was afraid the stained glass would shatter. What a greeting.
Oh, I'm kind of into him, guys. I'm kind of into him.
I suppose I should get used to the thought that not everyone here is going to like me. Trying to forget the unpleasant encounter, I took my clothes off and got inside the bathtub.
No, bro? You guys were into it too.
I wasn't sure how much time had passed, so I did my best to hurry with the ordeal.
No bath scene? Ah, well, there, he took off his clothes.
The water feels so good.
Oh god, his abs need some work.
I could spend hours in this place.
Alright, I don't know if he's about to get raped in the bath. We can only hope. His body, oh my god, puke.